back.
So today I wanted to talk about wheels and bearings because I've been getting a couple questions, and I know I had a lot of questions about wheels when I first started thinking about switching my wheels from gummy wheels to a different kind of set of wheels. So let's get to it. The first couple things you want to take note of when you're thinking about getting new wheels or new bearings or whatever is what kind of skating do you want to do? Do you still want to do outdoor skating with your gummy wheels that came with your skates? Or do you want to do more dance skating? Are you going to do dance skating inside or outside? Do you want to do park skating? These are all things that you got to keep in mind and consider when you're looking at new wheels. You gotta check what size your bearings are. So on your actual bearing on your skate right now, it'll say either 608 or 627, and we'll get into that later, but you want to check that size. What wheels are you looking to purchase? Again, it's going to be based off of what kind of skating you want to do. So just research through wheels and see how much they cost and whether or not they're sold in packs of 4 or 8, because you will be needing 8 for both skates. And for bearings, you got to check and see if they come in a pack of 8 or 16, because with roller skates you need 16. So that's your bearing, and this goes in your wheel, and it makes sure that your wheel turns, spins, rotates, does all the things it needs to do to be a wheel. And you can see right here, these ones indicate that they're an ABEC 7. Kind of hard to see, but it also says 608 right here, really tiny. The ABEC scale that I mentioned before when I showed you my bearing just measures the quality of your bearing. So the scale goes in odd numbers from 1 to 9. And if you have an ABEC bearing that is 1, then it's less smooth and it's going to give you a less rollout. But if you have an ABEC 9, it's going to be like top quality and it's going to have the most rollout. Usually they sell them between 5 and 7. The 9s are going to cost you a little bit more. The thing about bearings is the more you use your bearing, the more heat and friction makes it separate, so they become worn. And in order to preserve your bearing, you need to make sure you're cleaning and lubricating them. I would probably do it like every 2 weeks, but
it's kind of like a lot.
Every month is good. Most skate bearings are going to be sold in that size 608 that I showed you on my bearing. That's for a standard like skate that you've bought in like today. But they do have older skates, or typically more expensive skates will have the 627 or the size 7mm bearing. And you just have to check to make sure which one you have. For the most part, you'll have a 608 or a size 8mm bearing. But if you needed to test that out, you could just stick a pencil through the bearing, and if it has a hard time going through, you have a size 7, and if it goes all the way through, you have a size 8. That only matters for your axle, so the part that connects your whole wheel to the actual skate, that like part. All bearings are going to fit in your wheel. You don't have to worry about that. It's about the whole like wheel setup fitting onto your actual skate. That's the issue when it comes to bearings. This is the axle bearing, the little nut. These are your trucks. This is your plate. Now I'm gonna go into wheel sizing and the specifics behind that. So there are several different wheel types, but when buying wheels, you'll notice that they're sized. It'll say 57 millimeters by 32 millimeters by 96A. That's typically how it'll be written out. All that means is, so the first half, the 57 millimeters, is the diameter of your wheel. So have the circumference.
I don't know math like that.
That's the size of your wheel. And then the 32 millimeters would mean the width of your wheel. And the durometer, or the hardness of your wheel, is going to be that last number, the 96A or whatever. Ending in an A usually. We typically run on the A scale, but there are other scales. The hardness of your wheels can range anywhere from 74 to 106A. 74 being the softest wheel and 106 being the hardest wheel. The harder the wheel is, the more expensive it's likely to be. Some popular wheels. Outdoor skating, you're most likely going to be looking for a wheel between 78A and the 88 range, and those are your gummy wheels. So those are the wheels that are coming with your skates when you first get them. Between an 86 and an 88 is more of like a hybrid wheel. It's a little bit harder than a gummy wheel, but it's still a gummy wheel. So it's good on polished concrete and slippery wood. Like I mentioned before, the skates that you buy online typically come with a gummy wheel. So the Impala wheel measures at a hardness of 82A, and the Moxie wheel is a 78A. But the difference between those is how big the wheels are. Moving forward, if you have a size 90 to 93A wheel, those are going to be good on polished concrete, and they have like an average grip. They're considered a medium hard wheel. If you go 94 to 96, those are hard wheels, and those are going to be good on sticky floors. If you have a 97 plus wheel, that's going to be a super hard wheel, and those are going to be good for gym floors, roller rink floors, skate parks, anything with a really hard surface. Moxie gummy wheels, if you have Moxies, they come with the wheel unless you customize your skate and you add a different wheel from Moxie. But most likely the standard one is going to come with the gummy wheel. The Radar Energy wheels, those I've seen a lot around. Those are good for outdoor and indoor. More dance wheels, those measure at 57 millimeters by 78A hardness. There's the Sure Skate Park SG1 wheel, and that's at 57 millimeters by 95A. The Bones Bull Bomber wheels, those are pretty popular. Those measure at 62 millimeters by 101A. The Moxie Fun Day wheels, now I know a lot of people have the Fun Days, and those are a really good skate park wheel. Those are measured at 57 millimeters by 98A. Impala wheels, I mentioned before, 58 millimeters, 82A. Gummy wheels come with the Impalas. The Luminous Light Up wheels, now a lot of people I've seen use light up wheels from the Luminous brand, and those are 62 millimeter by 85A, so they are good outdoor skate wheels. The Sure Grip Aerobics, which came on my first pair of Rydell's. Sure Grip Aerobic measures at 62 millimeters by 85A.
So, all these numbers I know.
So now you know a little bit more about wheel types and how to determine which wheels you might need to do whatever it is, skate park, dancing, whatever. But it's all trial and error really. A lot of the mechanics behind your wheels is going to depend on your weight, how fast you're going, what you're using them for. Are you trying to make them hybrid wheels when they're really not hybrid wheels? So on and so forth.
So,
your gummy wheels, great for outdoor skating. If you want to go down your street and there are rocks and cracks and twigs, whatever, those are going to be great to go over all those obstacles. And if you're a beginner skater, if you're not used to dealing with obstacles, that's going to be great for you to have gummy wheels. Medium hardness wheels are going to be good for outdoor and indoor. If you're trying to do some basic jam skating outdoors and you don't want to fall over those obstacles that I mentioned previously, that's going to be good to have a medium hard wheel. If you have a harder wheel, you should be more of an intermediate advanced skater so that you can handle the obstacles that come your way, because it could be a little harder to maneuver around them. I'm going to put up a little image here too that I got off of the Skate Fanatics website, because they're one of the only companies in LA that have wheels that you don't even see on wheel websites, like stone wheels and fiberglass wheels. And those are expert wheels. Those cost a lot. They were like, I think $170. That goes into like a whole different thing on like the way your wheels are made. But you'll get there eventually. For now, you're probably just gonna stick with the urethane wheels, and that's totally fine. I mean, a lot of people who are pros still use urethane wheels. Like, it doesn't really matter. If you want to do different stuff, you need to look into different wheels in general. Like, I know I personally use gummy wheels for a really long time, and I was looking at all these people doing all these tricks and like slides and stuff, and I was like, there's no way I can do that on these wheels because they're grippy. Gummy wheels grip to the floor so you don't fall off the floor, but harder wheels work on sticky floors. because they keep the pressure on the floor so you don't like just straight up slide.
Yeah. Yes. That makes sense.
I hope this helped. I hope this gave you some more info
On some stuff that you might not have even known about.
This was actually a lot of research for me, and I'm glad to know it. I will be linking sites for wheels in my description below, so you're not completely lost. These sites are going to have descriptions of the types of wheels that are... They're going to have the descriptions under what the wheels are good for, how much they are. I will look through multiple sites because sometimes they're cheaper on the manufacturer's site versus through someone who's just licensed to sell. So yes, I will be linking those. I should say a little outro. Well,
Thanks for watching again. I appreciate you.
hope you are doing okay in your house right now. You're not ready to kill your cat, your mom, your dog, whatever it is, because
we're all struggling out here.
we are. But it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's for our health, for our wellness. So it's worth it. Anyway.